Socedo Live of February. Before we get started, Socedo Live is always a collaborative effort here. So please use the hashtag Socedo Live. Today we're going to be talking about marketing technology stacks. So come up with your questions. I've got Tina manning the camera here, manning the Twitter feed, and we'll kind of address your questions as we go. Again, we're talking about the marketing technology stack, how to set yours up, how to use tools. But again, it's the 1st of February. We're happy to have you here. I hope everybody had a good January. I don't know if you've gotten to see our new view over here, but we moved into a brand new office January 1st, and I'm lucky that we get to enjoy this view of Seattle. It's a nice sunny day here. Mountains are out, so it's a good way to start February. I hope you had a good January. Januaries are tough, right? It's like you come off this great end of the year in December. Everybody's getting started, kind of wound up again in January, but it's a great time to also think strategically about your year ahead, and that's kind of where I think this conversation about marketing technology and thinking through, hey, what are the things that you need in your marketing technology stack? It's a good time to do that and start kind of putting all those vendors and tools and kind of data flows together. So before we dive in, let's take a quick step back. There's this really interesting trend that's been happening over the last 4 to 5 years, and maybe you've heard about it, that CMOs, marketing executives, are actually these days spending more money on technology than even CIOs and kind of the IT leadership in big companies. This is one of the reasons why it's even worth talking about and having a conversation about marketing technology, because marketers are leveraging more and more technology, spending more and more money on technology every single day. And frankly, the marketing organization, in terms of functions within the company, probably has one of the most complicated kind of technology stacks out there. And the reason for this is pretty simple. If you kind of go back 50 years, marketing was advertising, branding. It was kind of the Mad Men age of getting your word out there through whatever means possible, whether it's a billboard, a TV ad, a magazine ad, and everybody's kind of heard of that kind of famous quote, I know 50% of my marketing and my advertising is working, I just don't know which 50%. Well, we've kind of evolved over the last few decades, and now we're in a world of everything in marketing should be results-oriented, ROI-oriented. We should have metrics and analytics. And we're working towards a goal of kind of having very personalized one-to-one marketing, which obviously you can't do if you're just kind of putting out billboards and advertising out there. The popularity of the internet, social media, social networks, people using digital channels, all of this has meant that marketers need to be attuned to technology and be leveraging technology to actually create their efforts in their marketing organization. So, what is a marketing technology stack? If we just start there, very simply, it's a compilation of tools and technologies that you're using within your marketing department. And the reason why we call it a stack is because ideally, we don't just have a bunch of kind of little tools all over the place, but they're actually working together. They're integrated, and that's giving us kind of a full view of the prospect, of the target audience, as we communicate with them at different touch points. And while you're thinking about that, what this means is that you may have 10, 20, 30 vendors within your marketing technology stack. That's not unusual. Most of the customers that we deal with today have 20, 30 different tools, different mechanisms that they're using within their marketing technology stack. So why is that the case? Well, there's a couple of different ways to kind of think about marketing technology. One way is to think about what are the tools that you need at different stages of the funnel? What are the technologies that are going to enable each of these touch points? And if we think about at least one core that almost everybody should have in their marketing technology stack, at the bottom of the funnel, it's a CRM system. CRM. Customer Relationship Management. This is your system of record for all of the contacts, prospects, customers, accounts that your company is working with. And frankly, this is very important if you're a B2B company. I think it's very important if you're a B2C company, because a CRM system is going to keep track of all of the people in your target audience that you're communicating with, that are engaging with your company, your brand. And at the end of the day, that's what marketing is all about. And if we're really trying to get to one-to-one marketing, well, then we've got to track each individual that we're actually engaging with. So CRM is at least one critical piece of the marketing technology stack. Now, if you move up the funnel, now you start to see kind of marketing automation players. And these are players like Marketo, HubSpot, Pardot, Eloqua. It's kind of one level up from the CRM system. These are platforms that maybe the CRM system is really meant more for a salesperson, manual data entry, manual communications with customers. Marketing automation brings that to a level of scale. And so what it allows us to do is kind of do personalized email nurtures, allows us to do lead scoring, lead capture. You can run your website through marketing automation. And so this is really one thing. While some marketers only have CRM in their marketing stack, it's definitely one thing that we're seeing more and more marketers taking advantage of. I'd say 50% of the companies out there today have marketing automation as the basis of their marketing technology stack. Now from there, you start to think about the top of the funnel and all of the touch points that you're using to kind of build awareness, grab people's attention. And these are normally related to the different channels that you're using. So for example, you might have SEO as a channel, and you might have a tool that you're using to manage your SEO and understand how you're doing, what are the results that you're getting. So something could be, here it could be like a Moz, which is generating keyword recommendations for you. It could be Google Webmaster Tools. It could even be Google Analytics that you're using for your SEO channel. You might have a social channel and tools that you use to communicate with customers at the social end of your communication touch points. You might have tools and systems around running events, email, content management, PR. We could even say direct mail. All of your different channels might have a system of record that you're using specifically with that channel to get more effectiveness, track your results. And the more that these can be tied into your marketing automation and CRM, the more and more you're going to be able to see that the things that you're doing up here are actually connected to customers and revenue down here. So as you start to build your marketing technology stack, again, start small, start simple, but it'll get more and more complicated. This is the way that you can start to think about it. Is, do we have a foundation at the bottom of our funnel? And what are some of the systems and tools that we're using for the main channels that we want to continue to grow and accelerate? So we talked about systems and tools at the stage of the funnel. We talked about systems and tools on the channels that we're using. And the other thing that I want to talk about is kind of the difference between a system of record versus system of insights. So Forrester kind of coined this differentiation, this kind of term, system of insights, and we've been talking about a system of record for a long time. System of records are really the home base for the data that you're using to really kind of manage, again, either a channel or your funnel. So for example, Salesforce as a CRM system, it's a system of record. It's where all of your customer data flows into and is kind of your moment of truth. Everything is being stored there. On the social end, your system of record might be the place where your social media manager or community manager is living every single day, right there. That is the one place where all of their communications, all of their process is happening. On the content side, maybe you have a content management system like a WordPress or a Post. That is your system of record. That's where all of your content lives, all of your data is flowing through. But then you also have these systems of insight. And these can kind of flow across your different tools and systems. So for example, Google Analytics is a systems of insight. right? It connects into all of these channels and might tell you where you're getting referrals from, how those are kind of converting on a certain level on your website. That's a system of insight. It helps you to get better. It helps you to optimize. It helps you to make all of your systems of record more valuable and more engaging to you. There's other systems of insights like data feeds or predictive analytics that are basically working within your marketing automation or CRM system to do attribution, predictive modeling, lead scoring, and is bringing in third-party data against these systems to make them better. So you're sending better email in marketing automation, more personalized email, you're having better outreach in CRM, you're doing better attribution between the two. In our case at Socedo, we're mostly a system of insight, right? We really kind of work within the marketing automation platforms to bring in data and actually put that on top of the existing contact records so that you can get higher engagement rates. And we also feed new contacts into these systems based on social data out there. So we kind of cross a little bit on top of these systems of record. The other place that we do is we do kind of automated social media engagement. Again, it's a system of insight that's flowing into your social media management system, which is your system of record. So again, I'm kind of slicing and dicing how to think about the marketing technology stack. Yours might be more complicated, less complicated, but as you start to think that we're in a world where you do need multiple technologies, start to think about and categorize this way and start to build your technology stack through this lens. And what this all means is, okay, we've got all of these platforms. Who's actually managing this at the end of the day? What sort of team do you need? What sort of personnel do you need? Well, there's two types of roles that we normally see that are interacting with your different tools and systems. Very simply, it's kind of the marketing manager versus marketing ops. Now, marketing managers these are the people that are doing the on-the-ground work, right? I mean, it could be a social media manager, a content manager, a demand gen manager, but these are all the folks that are kind of creatively coming up with what are the campaigns, how do we want to communicate with our target audience, what strategically are we doing to drive people through the funnel. And these marketing managers many times are controlling a system of record. And so, for example, if you're a social media manager, you might be living in your social media management system. If you are a paid marketing manager, you might be living within a media buying system or an advertising platform. If you are an events manager, you may be living in your events platform. Now, the other type of role is a marketing ops role. You normally will see this in bigger companies where somebody is just dedicated to marketing technology. And their goal is to hook together all of these systems and really manage the system of insights that are flowing data into these different marketing technology stacks. So they're the folks that maybe they know a little code, they're more mathematically oriented, they're the ones that are going in and putting down tracking pixels so that you can understand conversion. They're the ones that are turning on your integrations between a social platform like Socedo and a marketing automation system like Marketo. They're the ones that are really kind of looking at data all day. They're building out segmentation, lead scoring models. These are folks that are very technical. These are folks that are maybe a little bit more creative and strategic. If you're a small company, you may not be able to have both on your team, right? You've only got a team of 2 or 3. Maybe you don't specifically have a marketing ops person, but you should think about who on your team is maybe a little bit more technically inclined, more data-oriented, more math-oriented, or just somebody who has a passion to learn, and think about maybe making a part of their job to be marketing ops. So you've got somebody thinking about the full marketing technology stack, the data that's flowing through, and how you're hooking this all together so that you as a company can get down to real one-to-one personalized marketing and really looking at ROI across all of the budget, all of the spending that you're doing out there to go to market. And that is the advantage of having a nice, good marketing technology stack. Again, it's not about how many tools you have in here. We see that people are adopting many, many different tools for all of these different purposes, but it's really thinking about how do you put that all together and how is data flowing through to make your entire marketing organization better at the end of the day. So hopefully this helped you think about, kind of how you set up your stack in 2017. And again, we're always happy to answer questions if you've got questions generally about a marketing technology stack, or if you've got questions about how to use Socedo to pull in social data and actually identify intent-based buyers.